In the Mahabharata, several characters have the name Krishna. Krishna Vasudeva, as you all know, is a divinity worshipped by millions of Hindus. Krishna Dvaipayana is Veda Vyasa, the author of the Mahabharata. Krishna is also one of the 10 names given to Arjuna, the youngest son of Kunti and Pandu. In addition, the feminine name Krishna is the name of Krishna Draupadi, the daughter of Drupada and the wife of the 5 Pandavas. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. What is Janmashtami and why is it celebrated with such great fervor? Who is Krishna? What does the name Krishna mean? What are the sources of Krishna's life? What are the various aspects of Krishna? What are the key events in the life of Krishna and their message? Why is Krishna the teacher of yoga in the Bhagavad Gita known as Yogeshwara? Why is Krishna the master strategist known as Nitishwara? We'll learn the answers to all these questions today. Janmashtami is the day of Krishna's appearance. The word Janma in Sanskrit means birth, in this case appearance, and the word Ashtami means the 8th date. Krishna, the 8th child of Devaki and Vasudeva, was born on the 8th day of the dark fortnight of Shravana lunar month as per the Amanta reckoning. Janmashtami is celebrated world over on this date. As per the Purnimanta reckoning, the same date is the 8th date of the dark fortnight of the Bhadrapada lunar month. As per the Gregorian calendar, Janmashtami falls in August or September. This year, Janmashtami will be celebrated on the 16th of August all over the world, especially in Mathura, where Krishna was born, and in Vrindavana, where he grew up. As we celebrate the birth of Krishna, it is important to know more about Krishna, one of the most popular deities in Sanatana Dharma, that is Hinduism. Who is Krishna and what does Krishna mean? As per the Mahabharata, the oldest source on Krishna Vasudeva, Krishna is at once the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, an avatar of the Rishi Narayana, and an avatar of the Supreme Being Vishnu. In the Mahabharata, several characters have the name Krishna. Krishna Vasudeva, as you all know, is a divinity worshipped by millions of Hindus. Krishna Dvaipayana is Veda Vyasa, the author of the Mahabharata. Krishna is also one of the 10 names given to Arjuna, the youngest son of Kunti and Pandu. In addition, the feminine name Krishna is the name of Krishna Draupadi, the daughter of Drupada and the wife of the 5 Pandavas. Undoubtedly, Krishna was a popular name in the time of the Mahabharata. What does the name Krishna mean? The well-known meaning of Krishna is dark-complexioned. Krishna Vasudeva was dark-complexioned, and hence he was called Krishna. This is also the reason why Krishna Dvaipayana, Krishna Pandava, and Krishna Draupadi were named so. They were all dark-complexioned. However, the name Krishna has many deep meanings also. For example, Karshatyarin iti Krishna. He who subdues his enemies, both internal and external, is Krishna. Karshatyakarshati mana iti Krishna. He who captivates the heart is Krishna. In the Udyoga Parvan of the Mahabharata, a nirukti or mystical derivation of the name Krishna is given. The root Krish means to be and denotes existence. The word Na denotes bliss. He who is full of existence or Sat and bliss or Ananda is Krishna. Krishna himself says in the Mahabharata that he cultivates the land in the form of the plow made from black iron, and he is dark in color, hence he is called Krishna. In the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, it is said that Krish means everything and Na means seed or source. The Supreme Brahman, who is the source of everything, is known as Krishna. There are many other deep meanings of the name Krishna. To summarize, the name Krishna has both an obvious meaning, that is dark-complexioned, and also many deep meanings like the subduer of internal and external enemies, attractive, existence and bliss, the cultivator of land, and the source of everything. And hence the name Krishna is not just a name, it is a mantra. We now come to the various textual sources that describe the life of Krishna. The oldest of these sources is the Mahabharata, as you all know. The Mahabharata mostly covers the later life of Krishna, although the Gita press edition also has chapters on the early life of Krishna. Krishna is the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, the husband of Rukmini and others, the father of Pradyumna and many other children, a Dasharha prince, and the friend of the Pandavas. Krishna is the central character of the Mahabharata, playing an important role in many crucial events of the epic. The victor of the Mahabharata war is Yudhishthira, no doubt, who represents the tree of Dharma. Krishna, along with the Vedas and Brahmanas, is the root of this tree, the root of Dharma. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's instruction in Brahma Vidya and Yoga, is a part of the Bhishma Parvan in the Mahabharata. The next major source on the life of Krishna is the Harivamsha Purana. This is considered a supplement or killer of the Mahabharata. As the name suggests, the Vamsha or lineage of Hari, that is Krishna, is described in this work. The superhuman deeds of Krishna in his childhood are covered in great detail in the Vishnu Parva of the Harivamsha. Many events not mentioned in the Mahabharata find mention in the Harivamsha Purana. One of the most important sources on Krishna is the Bhagavad Purana. This extremely critical Purana represents Krishna as the supreme divinity. Krishna's life is covered in the 10th and 11th skandhas of this Purana. Starting with Janmadyasya, the deep philosophical words of the Brahma Sutra, the Purana ends with the message that devotion or bhakti leads to liberation. Bhaktya vimucchen nara. Krishna is often worshipped with Radha, his divine consort. Radha is not mentioned by name in the Mahabharata, the Harivamsha Purana, or the Bhagavad Purana. She is described with name and in details in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana and the Garga Samhita. Radha is often understood as the energy of Krishna. We come across many aspects of Krishna in the Mahabharata and other works. Born in the Yadukula, Krishna is a descendant of Yadu, the eldest son of Devayani and Yayati. This is why he is known as Yadava. He is also a descendant of Vrishni, hence called Varshneya, and of Dasharha, hence called Dasharha. His brother is Balarama and sister is Subhadra. The Mahabharata also presents Krishna as the reincarnation of Rishi Narayana. Arjuna and Krishna are referred to as Nara and Narayana at many places in the Mahabharata. Arjuna is a reincarnation of Nara and Krishna is the reincarnation of Narayana. The ashrama or hermitage of Nara and Narayana is Badari Tirtha. The Mahabharata also presents Krishna as an avatar of Vishnu, the supreme divinity. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says he incarnates in every aeon when righteousness declines and evil rises to protect the good, destroy the evil, and establish Dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna displays his cosmic form or Vishwarupa to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, to the assembly of Kauravas when Duryodhana tries to imprison him, and to Rishi Uttanka after the Mahabharata war. The description of the cosmic form of Krishna is like no other in the history of world literature. It is this cosmic form that J. Robert Oppenheimer remembered when he saw the fireball of the Trinity nuclear test. Krishna is the friend, guide, and philosopher of the Pandavas, especially Arjuna. Not only does Krishna guide to victory in the Mahabharata war, he advises the Pandavas throughout the epic, both before and after the war. Without Krishna, the Pandavas stood no chance of winning the Kurukshetra war. Krishna is also the Guru who imparts spiritual wisdom. The Bhagavad Gita is one of the most important Hindu scriptures. Along with the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita forms a part of the Prasthanatrayi, or the three foundational texts. The Uddhava Gita in the Bhagavata Purana is another repository of spiritual wisdom. In short, Krishna symbolizes all goodness in the Mahabharata: caring like a mother, protective like a father, supportive like a brother, the well-wishing friend, the embodiment of learning, the spiritual guide, and everything one seeks for. Indeed, Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhushcha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Chagurus Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Now we come to the life of Krishna as per the Mahabharata and other Sanskrit sources mentioned earlier. Krishna was born as the eighth son of Devaki and Vasudeva in a prison in Mathura. Devaki and Vasudeva were imprisoned by Kamsa, Devaki's brother and the king of Mathura, who was the incarnation of the Asura Kalaneni. After slaying many Asuras sent by Kamsa in Vrindavana, Krishna finally slew the evil ruler and established peace in Mathura. The Upanayana of Krishna was performed by Rishi Garga. Krishna then went to study under Guru Sandipani at Avanti, known today as Ujjain. Krishna learned all Vedas in a short span of time. As a part of Guru Dakshina, Krishna brought back to life Guru Sandipani's dead son and in the process obtained his famous conch known as Panchajanni. Krishna's chief queen was Rukmini, the daughter of Bhishmaka. His other major wives were named Jambavati, Satyabhama, Kalindi, Satya or Nagnajiti, Mitravinda, Kaikeyi, Lakshmana or Sulakshana, and Bhadra. These are Krishna's 8 principal wives known as Ashtabharya. When Krishna slayed Narakasura, he rescued 16,100 women who were forcibly abducted and held captive by Narakasura. Krishna married these helpless maidens also. Krishna had many sons and daughters. Among them, Pradyumna, the son of Krishna and Rukmini, is well known. Krishna was related to the Pandavas. Pritha or Kunti, the mother of the elder Pandavas, was the sister of Vasudeva, the father of Krishna. Vasudeva's father Shura gave his daughter Pritha to the childless Kunti Bhoja, who was the son of Shura's paternal aunt. Further strengthening this bond, Krishna's sister Subhadra was married to Arjuna. With the notable exception of the game of dice, when he was not present, Krishna helped the Pandavas in many moments of crisis. He helped Bhima slay Jarasandha. Krishna saved the honor of Draupadi when Dushasana tried to disrobe her in the Kaurava assembly. Krishna saved the Pandavas and Draupadi in exile from the wrath of Durvasas, who visited them with his many disciples when the food from the Akshaya Patra was over, by eating just one morsel of food and satiating the hunger of Durvasas and his disciples. During the Kurukshetra war, Krishna saved Arjuna from Karna's Shakti by sending Ghatotkacha to fight. In the larger good of defeating Adharma, Krishna brought about the downfall of Bhishma, Drona, Karna and Duryodhana in the Mahabharata using expedient means. Krishna saved Bhima from Dhritarashtra when the former wanted to crush him after the war by embracing. In this way, Krishna was the one who led the righteous Pandavas to victory in the Mahabharata war. What is the message from the life of Krishna? Krishna lived amidst some of the most unfavorable circumstances. He was born in a prison at midnight. There were many attempts to kill him in infancy. Siding with the Pandavas, he was up against the formidable and invincible Hastinapura Empire. He tried his best to achieve peace between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. During the Mahabharata war, his best friend Arjuna was bewildered and decided not to fight. Krishna took the side of Dharma in the great war, but for this noble act, he was cursed by Gandhari that his clan, ministers and sons will all be killed and he will perish in the forest by disgusting means. Krishna accepted this curse with a smile. After the war, he saw his city being submerged in the sea and his clan having an internal war. None of these affected Krishna. Krishna always wished for the welfare of others. He lived like a yogi, just like he preached. He was the same in pleasure and pain, the same in gain and loss, the same in victory and defeat, and the same in success and failure. No matter what the external circumstance be, Krishna was always righteous and peaceful in his mind. In volume 7 of the Krishna Avatara, K.M. Munshi describes Krishna as follows. Wise and valorous, he was loving and loved, far-seeing and yet living for the moment, gifted with sage-like detachment and yet intensely human. The diplomat, the sage and the man of action with a personality as luminous as that of a divinity. Shatavadhani R. Ganesha describes Krishna as follows. In him, we see the ideal combination of pravritti and nivritti, activity and detachment. He is the foremost of acharyas, for he practiced what he preached and established the ideals he espoused in tradition. People rarely live up to their ideals, nor do they elucidate their thoughts for the benefit of posterity. Sri Krishna differs on both these counts. His life is the best exposition of his teachings enshrined in the Bhagavad Gita. He is also the best representative of Sanatana Dharma. Further, Shatavadhani Ganesha says, he was not a king but went on to become a kingmaker. He was not high-born but was revered by holy saints. He was not a celibate per se, but he practiced the highest level of detachment. He was a great warrior but did not fight in the Kurukshetra battle as a soldier. He was not a Vedic seer but produced a work that stands on par with the Vedas. Krishna the Philosopher. The most well-known discourse of Krishna is the Bhagavad Gita, which is a part of the Bhishma Parvan of the Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses across 18 chapters. It is called an Upanishad, Krishna-Arjuna Samvada, Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. As per Madhusudana Saraswati, the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita teach the path of karma, the next 6 teach the path of bhakti, and the last 6 teach the path of jnana. At the start of the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna was overcome by a moral dilemma and became despondent. He decided not to fight the war. This would have led to a disaster, a victory for the evil Kauravas. Krishna taught Arjuna about the eternal nature of Atman. He urged him to perform actions without attachment. The fire of pure knowledge burns all karmas and bestows supreme peace, said Krishna. The path to selfless action is better than the path of renunciation. The mind, though unstable, can be controlled with practice and detachment. The great person who both has knowledge and surrenders to Bhagavan is extremely rare. Krishna taught one who leaves their body chanting Om and remembering Bhagavan never comes back. Anybody who comes to Bhagavan attains the supreme state. There is no end to the divine opulences of Bhagavan Krishna. The cosmic form of Bhagavan can be experienced only through unalloyed devotion or ananya bhakti. Renunciation leads to peace. Seated in the heart of everybody, Brahman is knowledge, the knowable and also the known. The qualities of sattva, rajas and tamas bind the Atman with the body. The light of the sun, the moon and of fire is the light of Bhagavan. A divine nature leads to liberation and an evil nature leads to bondage. Faith, food, yajna, ascesis and donation are of 3 kinds, corresponding to sattva, rajas and tamas, and lead to different results. Worship, charity or ascesis without faith is futile. One who has realized Brahman neither grieves nor desires, but achieves supreme devotion to Bhagavan, being the same towards all beings. If a being takes refuge of Bhagavan, they are freed from all evil. After the instruction of Krishna was over, Arjuna's ignorance was destroyed and all his doubts vanished. At the end of the Gita, Sanjaya tells Dhritarashtra that where there are Yogeshwara Krishna and the archer Arjuna, prosperity, victory, auspiciousness and strategy are firmly established. The Bhagavad Gita is said to have the essence of all Upanishads. A famous verse in praise of Bhagavad Gita goes, Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandana partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham gita amritam mahat. All the Upanishads are cows. The cowherd who milks them is Krishna. The calf is Arjuna. The wise person is the drinker. The milk of Gita is great. Krishna the victor. Towards the end of the Gita, Sanjay said that victory is always with Krishna. We must ask 2 questions, why and how. The why is easy to answer. Throughout the Mahabharata, we see 2 statements being made repeatedly. The first statement is, Yato dharmas tatah Krishno yatah Krishnas tato jaya. Where there is dharma, there is Krishna. Where there is Krishna, there is victory. And the second statement, which is also being repeated in the Mahabharata, is Yato Krishna sato dharmo, yato dharma sato jaya. Where there is Krishna, there is Dharma. Where there is Dharma, there is victory. The two equivalent statements emphasize that Krishna is always with Dharma and vice versa, and victory is always with Krishna and Dharma. So the presence of Krishna and Dharma is why the Pandavas were victorious in the battle of Kurukshetra. How was this victory achieved? The answer is Krishna's strategic wisdom, or Krishna Niti. In addition to depicting him as a divine avatara, the Mahabharata also presents Krishna as a master strategist. Krishna is not only spiritually enlightened, he is also worldly wise. Be it strategizing with the Pandavas for the war, bringing the message of peace to the Kaurava camp, motivating the Pandavas at crucial junctures in the war, or resolving conflicts in the Pandava camp, Krishna's strategic wisdom has made the Pandavas sail through. This is acknowledged by Bhima in the Sabha Parvan. Bhima says that there is strategy in Krishna, strength in Bhima, and victory or a winning knack in Arjuna. Krishne nayo mai balam jayah parthe dhananjaya. Krishna, the Yogeshwara or Lord of Yoga, is also Krishna, the Nitishwara or Master Strategist. We will learn more about Krishna, the Strategist, in our next episode in this 3-part series on Krishna. We end today's episode with a beautiful verse from the Mukundamala Stotra. The verse goes, Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guru Krishnam namasyamyaham. Krishne namara shatravo vinihata Krishnaya tasmai namah. Krishna deva samuttitham jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Krishne tishthati sarvametadakhilam. He Krishna samrakshamam. May Krishna, the Guru of the 3 worlds, protect us. I reverentially bow to Krishna. The enemies of the deities were destroyed by Krishna. Salutation to Krishna. This universe has come from Krishna. I am the servant of Krishna. All this world depends on Krishna. O Krishna, protect me. Jai Shri Krishna.